We're going to go to the Indianapolis Colts, who mathematically aren't eliminated, but boy, do they need some help moving forward if they want to make it in there. 44-year-old not even Uncle Phil anymore, Grandpa Phil, still leading the show for him going into to play the Jaguars, which they have to win and hope for some help. Kelsey, this is a weird one for blow it up, reload, and run it back because it's a very different situation than every other team we're going to talk about. But how are we feeling with this one?
I know, okay, and it's not just the quarterback situation that is killing the Colts.
The one thing that actually was good on Monday.
Yeah, it's honestly, Phil hasn't done the worst job ever. Honestly, he probably outperformed what you would have gotten if you had brought in any other backup third stringer to play the position. Brian Hoyer would look terrible next to what Phillip Rivers has done so far.
We don't speak that name around here.
But I just had to get a comparison for the people here. But no, I think when you look at this, the Colts' problem is health on the offensive line, a defensive pass rush. I don't know where it went, but it's non-existent. And you need a healthy secondary, safety specifically, which continues to be an issue ever since, Bob Sanders or Malik Hooker's knee died. They take your pick. She does well in the Cowboys. Go figure. Anyways, I think you look at those three main positions and, yeah, you need to reload. It's not a full blow it up, but it is a retool. Like, you have to figure it out. You have to go out and spend assets, spend money, go get players. Figure out what you need to do to reload that middle of the offensive line, the middle of your defensive line, and get a safety. Like, your spine of the team is what's the crux right now. And right now you're missing 3 out of the 6 positions that can fill a spine of a team. You have a quarterback that can play, whether it's AR, whether it's Daniel Jones. Both of them have proven they can play under Shane Steichen. They can play there. AR has more to prove still, but Daniel Jones gets healthy next year. We saw what he could do this year. It was good. JT is still a fantastic running back. You have a great tight end. You have solid receivers. Maybe you could get an extra one, but right now you have really solid receivers. You need probably a middle linebacker too. I think that's still probably a need. You do have Zaire Franklin, who is still a really good tackler, but okay, what else do you have there? Nothing. And you need safeties. So, like, your spine, it needs help. And that's where it's going to be a reload for me. It's not going to be a full blow it up, but yeah. Figure out what you need to get to take care of these positions. Maybe a Logan Wilson or a Quinnen comes available from the Cowboys because they're there. Because the Cowboys blow it up. Who knows? But yeah, I think the Colts definitely need to reload. I don't think it's a full run it back. I don't think it's a full blow it up either.
The problem is the answer is they need to blow it up. The problem is they can't blow it up because all the assets you need to blow it up, they traded. Like, you traded away all of your picks. You need a new GM who has been there for a decade and has yet to win a division. If you look in the AFC South, which what has been the joke of the AFC South for the majority of the last 10 years, the AFC South, that is literally the joke. It's been a very mediocre division for the greater part of that time. You have a playoff win and 2 appearances, and it took an Andrew Luck and a Phillip Rivers to even get there. So a fringe Hall of Famer and was once well on his way to being a Hall of Fame trajectory before he had to leave because he was murdered by the team. Not literally by anyone who doesn't know the context, then they're not literal murder. You have no picks. So you need to replace the GM. You mentioned the biggest issue is pass rush. They have spent 8 picks in the first 2 rounds during his tenure on defensive linemen, and none of them have worked. None of it is, you can't address it. You can't, those guys don't come available in free agency. You trade for them when Micah Parsons available, then maybe, but instead you use those picks on a corner with 3 career picks. You almost gave away a pick for every career interception. This is not a Sauce Gardner hate account. This is we talked about him on the app. It's like, all right, if you really believe it, I can't fault you for going for it, but that's a lot of assets to give up for a guy that you can really avoid, honestly. That's the tough part with a corner, especially one who doesn't take the ball away as often, that they can avoid, is the Nnamdi Asomugha type situation. Linebackers are terrible. Defensive line, the good DeForest Buckner's getting old and just had his neck basically destroyed and somehow magically recovered. Offensive line outside of Quentin and Ryman, it's getting rough. Quarterback, Daniel Jones, we'll see. It's a really good first half, but even before the Achilles and the broken leg at the same time, it got rough down that stretch. We'll see. You need to blow it up, but you can't blow it up. So I'm going to have to go with reload as well, because you should have blown it up the year before or the year before that, honestly. You need to tell Shane that it's okay to put a quarterback under center. It's okay. I get it. That frustrates me when you have Daniel Jones or Anthony Richardson, you can run a QB sneak on 4th and 1. It doesn't have to be a shotgun triple pull trap play. You just get under center and push your 6'5" quarterback, but whatever. I digress. No one cares anymore. Your corner, you spend a lot of money in that secondary and they haven't been healthy. So it's a reload, but it's an ugly reload because you have no picks to really reload. You have to re-sign Alec Pierce because if you don't re-sign him, then what's the point? That's your best receiver by far. It's not just he out there somewhere.
Although,
anymore,
hey,
guys.
Josh Downs is building slowly if he can stay healthy.
He's nice. Alec Pierce has shown the ability to actually run routes more than just the deep ball now. I think he's really he's running the dig routes. He's running slants. The route tree is open with him now, and so I think Josh Downs is nice. There's no Josh Downs hate. But Alec Pierce, you have to re-sign him. Like you can't let him go.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I'm going to say reload because you don't have a choice. The problem is the guy that's going to be doing the reloading has a very strong history of not being competent. You did everything different than your history shows this year. You're going to end up with the exact same 8 to 9 wins. It's no matter what math you do, you end up with the wrong answer with it. So like that, they need to blow it up, but they're stuck. So reload it, go win 8 or 9 games next year, get a false sense of hope, do it again, and then blow it up later, I guess. And 4th and 1, come out in the shotgun and run a triple pulling tackle, guard, quarterback, tight end sneak, whatever, right? Instead of just a QB sneak or whatever. I digress. We're moving on.